Welcome back, everybody. My name is Kavika, and I am the Squared Circle Scholar. Today, I will be doing my prediction for AEW's All In Texas. And I haven't talked about AEW on this channel for probably over a year at this point, but I figured there's no better time than right now because All In is right around the corner, and I just want to watch more wrestling. This is my excuse to watch more wrestling. Anyways, I don't really know much about AEW anymore because I haven't watched in so long. So there's a lot of faces I don't know. I have AEW's roster here, and I'm going to try and figure this out as we go along. For the first match on the card, we have a 21-woman Casino Gauntlet match. Now for this match, according to the website I'm looking at, the only person who is set to be in this match is Chris Statlander, which that is a name I do remember, and there are a bunch of names that I do remember from this roster that I'm looking at here, and there's a lot of new faces. These new faces, I don't have a clue. I'm sure I will find out as the weeks continue, but I think from what I can see here, who's on the roster, and who knows, she may have not been on TV for months for all I know, but Willow Nightingale is going to win the Women's Casino Gauntlet match. I don't know why. I just have a feeling it's going to happen. Next on the card, we have a 21-man Casino Gauntlet match. Now here's where we get into things where I have seen some new recent stuff. I saw the MJF and Mystico stuff. I saw Hangman do that crazy promo all in Spanish. That was pretty cool. Mark Briscoe, who know he was like in the main event scene. I don't necessarily know if that's 100% true, but I think he had a match against Okada that I remember seeing. And if I am correct, it was a good match. MJF and Mystico, that was a great match as well. Now, looking at the men's roster, there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of familiar faces. So, in seeing that, I can only see one of these three guys winning. Mark Briscoe, Mystico, and MJF are the ones that are confirmed for the match. And I think I'm going to go Mystico on this one. I mean, he had such a huge fan base when they did that match between him and MJF. And it would just be kind of cool to see this guy blow up AEW. And he gets an AEW World Championship match. I think that'd be really cool, and it would be really good for AEW. So I think Mystico is going to win this one. Next on the card, we have the Young Bucks versus Will Osprey and Swerve Strickland. So in this match, the Young Bucks, if they lose, they will lose their EVP titles. And if Will Osprey and Swerve Strickland lose, they will not be able to contend for the AEW World Championship for 1 year. And I don't know why AEW would, harm Swerve and Will's career at this point. That just seems kind of dumb to me, because Will Osprey is amazing. Swerve Strickland is amazing. Jeez, WWE, did you miss out on Swerve? And the Young Bucks, I mean, come on. They already are part ownership of the company, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, Young Bucks lose here. We need Will Osprey and Swerve to contend for these titles because AEW has such a stacked roster. Do they really need Will Osprey and Swerve Strickland in the main event? No, but do I want to see that in the main event, especially as I'm starting to get back into AEW? Absolutely. So yeah, Will Osprey, Swerve Strickland, easy. Young Bucks are no longer EVPs after All In. The next match on the card for the AEW TNT Championship, we have champion Adam Cole versus Kyle Fletcher. This is going to kind of show how long it's been since I have watched AEW on a consistent basis, but the last time I was watching on a consistent basis, MJF and Adam Cole were in a tag team, I believe, and Adam Cole got injured because he jumped down from the ring, or he jumped down from the ramp and broke his foot, and that messed up their whole storyline that they had going on. That's how long it's been since I watched consistently. Now, saying that, I've never really been a fan of Adam Cole. I don't really get it, but I've heard good things about Kyle Fletcher. So we're going to go with Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher is going to win. He's going to beat Adam Cole. Oh, and I just saw this part. Kyle Fletcher is with Don Callis. Now, I can't remember the name of their faction off the top of my head, but it has Takeshita in it, I believe. So it's Don Callis, Kyle Fletcher, Takeshita, and I think there's a few other people in it. I cannot remember the name of it to save my life right now. But yeah, give it here to Kyle Fletcher. Make that faction a little more robust with a champion. Yeah, Kyle Fletcher wins here, hands down. Next on the card, we have the AEW World Tag Team Championship 3-way match. The Hurt Syndicate versus the Patriarchy versus Jet Speed. Of course, I know the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, alongside MVP. I do somewhat know the Patriarchy with Christian Cage and Nick Wayne. I know a little bit of their storyline. Jet Speed, I've heard of Speedball Mike Bailey. I have not heard of Kevin Knight whatsoever. But from what I hear about Mike Bailey, he's fast-paced, he's this amazing wrestler. So I feel like they're going to put on a good showing, but they're not winning. And I only say this because of little things I've seen on the internet. Apparently, Nick Wayne is going to turn on Christian Cage at some point in time. And this would be the perfect time to do it. Take the belts off the Hurt Syndicate, give it to the Patriarchy, let them hold it for a little while, and then after a little while, we can give it a Jet Speed, give them the titles, and then Nick Wayne can turn on Christian Cage, making this huge baby face, and Christian Cage can do what he always does best, and just being a massive heel. I've seen clips of Christian Cage's heel work from the time I stopped watching AEW up until now, and the work he's doing is way better than anything he did in WWE or TNA. That might be controversial, but this is the best Christian Cage we've ever had. So please, AEW, give it to the Patriarchy. I want to see that. Next on the card, for the AEW International Championship and AEW Continental Championship in a winner-takes-all unification match, we have International Champion Kenny Omega versus Continental Champion Kazuchika Okada. My brother tells me all the time I need to go back and watch Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada when Kenny was over wrestling in Japan. I've never gotten around to watching any of them. And honestly, every single match I've seen of Kenny Omega's just seems like a spot fest. That's we got to hit this, we have to hit this, we have to hit this. It almost feels like there's never any breathing room. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. It's just not my cup of tea. I like some breathing room, some improv in the wrestling, or at least I want it to feel that way, whether it's actually there or not. And at the top of this video, I mentioned that Okada and Mark Briscoe faced off in a match, and I actually sat down and watched that. I think Okada is an amazing wrestler. This guy is insane. So knowing what Kenny Omega can do and knowing what Kazuchika Okada can do, this should be like an insanely good match. I feel like if they can just, hold off on spot fests for just like a few minutes in the match here and there, this is going to be amazing. Now, who is going to win? I think, if I think about this really hard, Okada wins, right? Kenny Omega, I think, was injured or he was sick not too long ago, and we don't need somebody being hurt and all that. Okada, as far as I know, hasn't been injured or anything, so I want to see Okada win here, unify the titles, and go on and face, I don't know, whoever is next in line, because you got the Bucks losing, you'll have Omega losing here. That makes sense because they were like the trios champions for a while. That would be nice to see. That's what I want to see. Next on the card, for the AEW Women's World Championship, we have the champion, Timeless Toni Storm, versus Mercedes Moné. There's two things I know about this match. One is Toni Storm is having the run of a lifetime. The stuff she is doing, her character work, in-ring work, everything is just top notch. It is among the best in wrestling today. The second thing I know about this match is Mercedes Moné is holding like 3,000 championships right now, and I don't even know if they're AEW or Ring of Honor or some indie promotion, or I have no idea how many titles she's holding. I just know that she's not winning this one. There's no reason for Toni Storm to lose here and then Mercedes Moné to just have another belt that she's got to carry around. And I don't understand why AEW would even give Mercedes this championship when she's already got all these titles, unless they're going to do something crazy where they have another pay-per-view later down the road where Mercedes is having to defend like all 10 billion of her titles on the same card and she just slowly loses them. That could be interesting if they did something like that. But you know what's even more interesting? More Toni Storm. I want more timeless Toni Storm. You probably want more Toni Storm. Let's just keep the title on her. Let's not even have a discussion about this. Just keep the belt on Toni Storm, please. And finally, for what I presume would be the main event, we have the AEW World Championship being defended in a Texas death match. We have champion Jon Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page. When I was watching AEW consistently, Adam Page was among one of my favorites. The work he does, in-ring work, promo skills, everything I love. I do not like watching Jon Moxley. It's not even like, oh, he's a good heel, so I hate him. I love to hate him. No, I dislike Jon Moxley. I mean, I guess the one spot he did on those like spiked 2x4 or whatever it was, that was insane. That was insane. I'll give you your props there, Jon Moxley. But otherwise, I don't like his character. His in-ring work is like, it's just boring. His mic skills are severely lacking. I don't know. I don't think he's like world championship material. So we should give it to Adam Page, and then we could have a little redo of him and Swerve, because, you know, even though I caught myself up and did watch that, we could have a rehashing of that. We can have him versus Will Osprey. We can have him full this entire roster. This entire roster is just stacked with people that could face Adam Page and have amazing matches. Whereas Jon Moxley, I don't feel like can have the same quality matches with this roster. Just my opinion. But yes, we want Hangman Adam Page to win. We want him to buckshot lariat him into oblivion. 1, 2, 3. Adam Page is our new AEW World Champion. And if all my predictions are correct, then this will be the perfect point to start going back and watching AEW. I can't wait for All In. I am so hyped. I am so ready to start jumping back into AEW because, boy, oh boy, this month is a stinker for WWE. In the comments down below, let me know who you think is going to win each one of these matches at AEW's All In Texas. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you again next time.